Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. Today I will tell you about some important legal matters. We will also discuss an incident involving Chief Justice Sirfraz Dogar, who yesterday behaved disrespectfully towards advocate Imran Mazari. Today he has issued a clarification claiming that his words were misinterpreted. As they say, past crimes are worse than the crime itself. This situation is quite similar, as the Chief Justice has tried to provide a background and explanation for his behavior, but ironically, it only reveals the kind of mentality he possesses. I'll go into detail about this matter today. Additionally, we'll talk about the increased activity within the PTI, or Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party. Imran Khan has repeatedly stated that everyone should come together to assist the victims of the flood. There has been significant activity seen in this regard, and we'll discuss that as well. Moreover, while the month of September is largely passing by with issues like floods, October and November are expected to see an increase in political activity. This is because Imran Khan's current plans seem to be quite aggressive. We'll dive into these matters in detail. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's start the discussion with Chief Justice Sirfraz Dogar's behavior towards advocate Imran Mazari. His attitude in court yesterday ended up costing him a lot because the language he used was absolutely inappropriate for a judge. Naturally, there was a reaction to his words. Today, I've learned that 41 female lawyers have issued an open letter condemning the Chief Justice's behavior and the words he used in the courtroom. They stated that his threats to Imran Mazari were utterly inappropriate and completely demeaning. They expressed that such behavior was not acceptable, especially from someone holding such a high position. Moreover, the Lahore High Court Bar Association has also demanded the Chief Justice's dismissal. Their stance is that his remarks about Imran Mazari reveal his deeply inappropriate attitude towards women, and such a person should not hold such a high office. The response to this matter has been widespread, with various bars, sectors, and prominent journalists expressing strong condemnation of the Chief Justice's actions. As a result, Chief Justice Sirfraz Dogar has found himself under immense pressure. His words were so inappropriate that they've caused him significant trouble, and now he's trying to cover up the situation by claiming that his remarks were misrepresented. According to him, he did not say what was reported, and his intention was not to threaten or disrespect advocate Imran Mazari. He claims that he only referred to remarks made by Imran Mazari, and in that context suggested that her husband take her away to prevent any contempt of court proceedings. To further clarify his actions, the Chief Justice has now claimed that Imran Mazari is like his daughter, and that he was only trying to protect her career as he didn't want her to face contempt of court proceedings. He argues that his words were misunderstood and exaggerated by the media. However, it's important to note that multiple reporters have stated that his words were reported exactly as they were said. Court reporters are typically very cautious and accurate when documenting such incidents, especially because they know that any misrepresentation could lead to legal action from a judge. So, the fact that all media outlets reported his words as they were, and the Chief Justice is now trying to change his story, raises serious questions about his credibility. The attempt to cover up what was said, while at the same time criticizing the media for allegedly distorting the facts, is a clear sign that something was amiss. The second issue is the way the Chief Justice treated women. He reportedly told Imran Mazari's husband to take her away if she couldn't understand what was happening in court. This suggests a deeply troubling attitude towards women, and specifically women lawyers, implying they need to be controlled or guided by men in such situations. If there was still any doubt about his views on women, his remarks made it clear. He treated Imran Mazari as if she couldn't comprehend the proceedings or couldn't speak for herself. This is an insult not only to her but to every woman in the profession, particularly those who, like Imran Mazari, are extremely capable and have fought hard to get where they are. Many people know that she has taken on tough cases that even some male lawyers might hesitate to handle. Furthermore, his claim that he was protecting her career by saying that her career would be ruined if there was a contempt of court proceeding is another troubling aspect. His idea of career damage seems to be limited to women who stand up against powerful individuals and expose corruption. In contrast, women who work under powerful men or are subservient to them don't face such career damage, according to his thinking. Another point he made was that Imran Mazari is like his daughter, and that's why he was concerned about her career. But the truth is, Careers are only damaged when people become pawns in a game of power, when they serve as sycophants to the powerful. People who fight for justice, expose corruption, and stand up for their principles, like Imran Mazari, don't have their careers damaged. In fact, they gain respect and recognition from society. Now, moving on to some additional remarks made by Chief Justice Sarfraz Dogar, he reportedly suggested that former Chief Justices and judges of the Supreme Court should receive extra security, including for their families in case of any threats. But here's the question. If you've made fair and just decisions, why would you need extra security? Shouldn't people be welcoming you and praising you for your good work? The fact that they are seeking so much security is an indication that they are fearful of public reaction. They know that if they step out, they'll face backlash from the people, much like what happened with Justice Qazi Faiz Issa. In summary, the actions of Chief Justice Sarfraz Dogar are screaming loudly about the kind of fear and insecurity that those in power feel. He is scared of public criticism and knows that the public reaction will not be kind if he faces them directly. This is why you are afraid of the public. Half of the people retire from your side and go abroad, and the remaining ones need security personnel. Because you know that you can't go among your own people, in your own cities, in your own country. Because of what you have done while sitting on this chair, after that you feel that people will not respect you. They will curse you, attack you. This is why you are afraid and want security personnel around you. Now, this point you are discussing today, but the issue raised by Justice Sarfraz Dogar is also somewhat similar. He is trying to convey that these people can't go abroad. They are out there without security. People treat them with great respect and honor. These people are like medals for standing against oppression. When you stand against oppression and suffer the consequences, losing your job, going to jail, getting arrested, these become your medals. It's not something to be ashamed of. The people who should feel ashamed are those who go out of turn to take favors, and they take favors so that they can give favors to others. Those who make deals, that's where the real issue lies. And then, Mr. Majid says that this is my daughter, my child. Brother, what does daughter or child even mean here? When a professional lawyer stands in front of you, they are a lawyer, not a son, not a daughter, not someone from your family. They are not there to form relationships, they are there to seek justice. Why are you trying to bring in this son-daughter story? Later, Madam Imran Mazari also gave strong comments on the clarification provided today. She said, Brother, what is this? Why are you calling me a son or daughter? I'm standing here as a professional lawyer. She condemned the behavior from yesterday where they were rude to her, and today they were trying to cover it up with even worse behavior. They were making sexist remarks which are based on gender discrimination. You are talking like this? She must have been really angry today as well, because this person is still calling her his daughter. People with such fame should not be trying to create relationships like this. They should remain strangers to you, that's better. This situation today has occurred because there was a reaction. They found out that the people didn't like this. And I'm sure some other circles must have sent them messages as well. That's why today they are clarifying things. In any case, when you place such people in positions of power, such things are not unusual. Now, to stop the Toshakhana case, a petition was filed in the Islamabad High Court today. The petition is asking to halt the trial of Toshakhana 2, which is progressing rapidly, and to first decide the matter of acquittal, which has already been filed. It's their right to file such a petition, and the legal team is doing its job by exploring all options, which is fine. But the real question is, what's the benefit of this? Everyone knows that they have to be punished in the Toshakhana case because the punishment in the Al-Qadiyah case will be suspended, but they will definitely face punishment in the Toshakhana case before that. So yes, they are doing this to put up a fight, but it's unlikely to have any significant result. Additionally, the hearing of the Toshakhana 2 case that was scheduled at Adiala has been postponed. I told you about it last night. The hearing has now been rescheduled for September 15th. Let's see if it actually happens on that day or not. Moreover, there is another court news today. A PTI worker, not even 18 years old, was involved in a case where a journalist named Tayyab Baloch was reportedly attacked by some individuals. A case was filed, and one of their workers, Ziauddin, was arrested 2 days ago from outside Adiala. First, he was not even presented in court. Secondly, when he was eventually presented, they covered his face with a cloth, treating him like a major terrorist. If you see his picture, he looks like a poor child, no older than an 8th grader. How many kids in the streets get into fights, but should they be treated like terrorists and presented in court like this? This is how they are treating these people, and Barrister Gohar was apologizing to Tayyab Baloch yesterday. Couldn't they have done something to avoid this? They should have said, "Okay, the apology is done, now let's withdraw the case." But no, instead, the PTI worker was made to say how badly he was treated, how he was beaten up, how charges of terrorism were filed against him, and so on. However, in this situation, the apology didn't really benefit anyone. Today, not only was this child treated like a terrorist in court, but the judge also granted a 14-day remand. Imagine in any country that a child, someone under 18, is put on trial, and a 14-day remand is given to him. These children under 18 were also involved in the May 9th cases. Now this Ziauddin is being presented like a terrorist for a simple fight and given 14 days of remand. These are the conditions in your country today. As for PTI, today, under the guidance of Imran Khan, the party was quite active. Salman Akram Raja, Shoaib Basra, Mehrbano Qureshi and Barrister Taimur Malik were all present today. They visited flood-affected areas, distributed aid and helped people. This should have been done earlier because the way the Punjab government handled the flood victims was completely incompetent. The way they managed the situation caused more harm to people. The opposition should have exposed this failure of the government. But no press conferences were held, and social media activism on this issue didn't reach the level it should have. These poor people were caught up in their own disputes. However, journalists, especially digital media journalists, have been doing a great job by continuously exposing the issue of the flood victims. National media completely forgot about the flood because showing the disaster would highlight the Punjab government's incompetence. The digital media, however, made sure to raise awareness and help the people. Finally, PTI's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa organization has passed a resolution regarding Ali Amin Gandapur, asking him to act on Imran Khan's orders to stop drone attacks and military operations. We see now that PTI's leadership in Peshawar and KPK are not exactly on the same page at the moment. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.